have the Whirlpool Duet Steam Washing Machine and you've been experiencing some stinky clothes or just some generally unpleasant odors, it's probably because your trap is dirty. I'll show you how to quickly get into the machine and clean out the trap, so stay with me. So a best practice approach for me, rather than going from the front where you have to deal with a door and deal with the gasket around the door, I like to approach the filter from the back of the machine. And this way, there's actually less work involved, even though you have to deal with the machine screws. So I'll go ahead and take off all the machine screws. It's important before you do this step to go ahead and unplug the machine first. You don't want to deal with this with live wires down there. So I'm going to go ahead and take off all the machine screws, and then once we get it off, I'll show you what to do next. Okay, all the screws are out. Let's take off the back panel. Okay, so now we're looking at the back of the machine, and I'm going to get to the very bottom here. Okay, so you can see that black pipe. That black pipe is actually connected to the pump, which is what takes the dirty water out of the cylinder. And on the other side of the pump, in other words, the side farthest away from us, it's actually facing the front of the machine. That's actually the filter mechanism. So there's a trap inside of there. So you can, if anything happens to make its way through the tumbler, go down that black pipe, get sucked into the pump, that filter will kind of trap it so the actual pump doesn't get damaged. So we've got to unscrew that trap. And now the trick to this is that you're going to be doing it blind. Thanks to the design of this particular device, for whatever reason, they thought it would be a smart idea not to have a front access panel like some of the earlier models had. So what you have to do is you have to do this blind if you go in my direction, which is not that big of a deal. I mean, to be honest with you, this is just a twist off. This is really not that hard. So I'm going to try hard to film this entire thing for you. It helps to have somebody with a long arm or a longish arm to be able to reach in there and do this. But we'll do this together. Hopefully I can film this without messing it up. All right. So, okay. And we'll see if we can get in here. So I'm reaching to the back. Now, it's just a twist off. You're just twisting this clockwise. Okay, a little bit of water is going to leak out, and that's okay. It's only the water that was inside of the trap, which is why I recommend that if you're doing this, that you unplug the machine. Not that much water came out, guys. I swear maybe a cup of water at the most. So, if you happen to have, for whatever reason, if you happen to have a carpeted utility room, just keep that in mind. You'll need to, probably need to clean it up. The water is going to stink to high heaven because that is dirty water. So in my situation, my trap is relatively clean. I can tell you that in the past, I've had socks. I had one time about $1.60 and change. But that's all there is to this. It just screws off, right? And it traps all the junk right there. There's a couple times I even had some socks, like entire socks made it into the trap. So, if you have that stinky water coming out, and it always seems like your machine's reeking to high heaven, and you've seen that your clothes are a little stinky too, this is the thing you want to do. And it's really quick, it's really easy, and chances are that you're going to find that there's a lot of garbage stuck inside of this trap. I'll go ahead and screw this back in, but you saw it probably took me about 3 to 5 minutes to do this entire process. So it's not bad. It's a little cumbersome, but it's not bad. Good luck. Hope you have a good experience doing this.